the moment that I hit the stage, I hear the universe calling my
Hello friends, it's Jamie here. Sorry if you hear the TV, my son is watching Spider-Man and his amazing friends. This is going to be my April TBR. I had a little bit, like you've seen the wheel spins. The wheel spins will be before me coming on here and talking to you guys. I had a little bit of a problem picking the first color, which was orange. I wanted to read The Martian, but I want to listen and read at the same time, and nowhere has it for audio, so I'm screwed there until I find one that has it. But for this one, I'm going to be picking The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Volume 3. Story and art by Arika Himikawa. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments. But as you can see, this has a lot of orange on it in different colors. But Midna's hair is clearly orange. There's orange in the background. I have read up to volume 3. Can't wait to continue with the story. My amazing cousin gave me the 5th book in this manga series. I was looking for the 5th book forever, and she found it and she got it for me for Christmas, and I'm so super stoked and happy. I barely got it this month. Yes, I know it's been a long time since Christmas, but she hasn't been able to make it down to where I live until then, and I couldn't make it up to where she lived. So first book, Orange, Legend of Zelda. Okay, the next spin we got was Lime. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Goosebumps, Slappy World, the 5th grade zombies. This has got a lot of lime. It's even got lime on the back. Lime. Do I know anything about this one? No. Most Goosebumps books, I don't know too much about it unless I've seen the TV adaptation. But these ones don't have TV adaptations. It's got a kid named Tom Coates. He moves from Queens, New York to live in Wisconsin on a farm. Just hanging out. He says just hanging out with his cousin Malia and Skipper. So we'll see what kind of shenanigans they get up to. I'm super stoked and excited to read this. I can't wait. Alright, so the third spin got us the color Amber, which that was a first for me. I've never gotten that color Amber. So I'm going to be reading Fear Street, Super Chiller Secrets. I'm going to be reading only The Lost Girl, and that's this book right here. This is the second part of the book. This is a bind up. This has got 2 books in it. See, 2-in-1 books. It's by R.L. Stine, if you didn't know. Fear Street by R.L. Stine. I'll be reading The Lost Girl, and if I have time, I will more likely read Can You Keep a Secret. But this is where all this right here is The Lost Girl. I'll be reading that this month. And like I said, if I have time, I'll read the second book. But for now, it's just going to be The Lost Girl, and it's got Amber. This is Amber right here. It's in between a yellow and an orange. Okay, the fourth book was Light Blue, and I will be reading The Wolf is Cursed by Jessica Vitells. As from what people have been saying, this is a bunch of short stories. Like Little Red Riding Hood and stuff, and Cinderella and all that stuff. But I don't know. All I know is it's about this boy. Everybody thinks he's a witch because he sees the wolf, and the wolf is this old lady, and no one can see the wolf, but he ends up seeing the wolf, and they call him a witch, so he's hiding for his life. That's all I got from the synopsis. I literally didn't dive into the synopsis. The summary says, accused of witchcraft and shunned by his fearful village, 12-year-old carpenter apprentice Grudge, I don't know how to say his name, allies with another orphan to prove his inconvenience and capture the magical wolf hounding his every move. Well, that would have worked for this month's, or for middle grade March's orphan prompt. I didn't know it was an orphan book. But there was a brief summary of the book. Okay, the fifth spin gave me light green, and for that I'm going to be reading Disney Chills, Be Careful What You Wish For by Vera Strong. If you don't know Vera Strong, this is her real name is Jennifer Brody. This is just the author name she's presuming, or the second name she's using. Sorry, my son wants to pass. So I'll be reading this one. As all I know about this is this girl, Della, sorry. She loves fashion and beauty and everything, and this is her Dalmatian, I presume. Something's gonna have to do with Corella. Somehow she's gonna show up, because in these, the Disney villains ends up showing up to the kid. And that's all I really know about that. I don't like going into my books knowing too much about them, especially like Goosebumps or like those Disney Chills. I have read the first 3 Disney Chills. This is the 4th one. And yeah. Alright, my 6th and final book, and the color that I spinned was Cayenne. So for that, I'm going to be reading Goosebumps by R.L. Stine, One Day at Horrorland. This has got a lot of cayenne on it, as you can see. I don't know too much about this one. I'm going to get demonetized, I already know from this. I don't know really too much about this. Family goes to this Horrorland place, and they think it's like an amusement park. One thing leads to another. They can't find their parents, so they're looking for their parents and everything. And they get up to some crazy shenanigans and weird stuff happens, as far as I know. But those are my books that I'm going to be reading for this. Stop, son, please stop. Those are the books that I'm going to be reading for this month in March. And I will catch you guys later because, as you can hear, he's crazy. Okay, bye. Hey guys, hey friends, it's editing Jamie here. I forgot to say my TBR for Kelsey's Slime and Slashers Old School Readathon. I'll put up her bingo board here. And let me get my reading journal out because I wrote the prompts down here. Okay, so the first one is to read a Goosebumps. So for that one prompt, I'll be reading One Day at Horrorland, and this is on my physical TBR, as you guys know. For the next one over is read an 80s horror book. I'll pop up a picture here. I'm going to be reading Gremlins. The next one is read a Nickelodeon book or any 90s book or any book featuring slime, goo, ooze, or evil toys. I don't own a physical copy yet of that one. I will be reading Monster Blood. I'll put it up here so you guys know what the cover looks like. The next prompt is read an Are You Afraid of the Dark book or a book that is similar to an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark. I actually talked to Kelsey yesterday about this. She gave me some really good options. I'm going to be doing The Girl Who Cried Monster because in Are You Afraid of the Dark episode there is a librarian, and as you guys should know, Mr. Mortman here is a librarian, and Lucy's part of his library club and all that. So she goes to the library a lot in this. Alright, the middle one is Retro Vintage Mood Read, a book from 2000s and from the 90s. So for that mood read, I'm going to be reading Go Eat Worms. Don't know nothing about this. Most of the Goosebumps, as you guys know, I don't know anything about them. The next prompt after that is read a Fear Street or a Point Horror or a Christopher Pike book. For that, I'll be reading Fear Street, Cheerleaders, The First Evil by Stein. Read an 80s middle grade book. I'll be reading Wait Till Heather Comes. Or Helen, sorry, Helen Comes. I'll be putting a picture up here because I don't own that one either. Sorry if you hear my son. He's, I don't know, having problems right now. The next prompt is read a 90s horror book. I'll be reading Night of the Living Dummy 2. I've read the first one, haven't read the second one, or the third one. Okay, hold on. I'm almost done. And then the next prompt is read a 90s middle grade, and for that I'll be reading Say Cheese and Die. And from talking with Kelsey, this will also work for the Are You Afraid of the Dark prompt too, because she said there's a evil camera inside of an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. She also said anything with vampires, werewolves. So if you guys can't think of a prompt, there's you some prompts, or there's you some books for your prompts for that prompt, because I couldn't think of anything, so I needed Kelsey's help. So I reached out to her. So that is my books I'm going to be reading for Old School Readathon in April. I'm super stoked and excited. I'm so glad that Kelsey did this, and yeah, I will see you guys for April. I'm obviously going to be vlogging. Okay, bye.
If I could begin to be half of what you think